Like how far along are you in the book? Who is Lakshmi? If you could tell me a little bit about her and her situation, what she's going through, what are her feelings. Who is Lakshmi? I want to know.
Lakshmi is the main character. She's a little girl, and she's like experiencing. I mean, her parents like seeing she's innocent, like in the situation because her parents, like her dad treats her mom with like little respect, and she's a curious child, and she's always like asking questions and wanting to know like different things that's going on.
So she's still really young, doesn't really know much about,
She's like in the middle of a situation with her parents, and she doesn't really understand.
And is it her parents or her mom and her step?
Oh, it's her mom and her stepfather.
Okay. What happened to the dad? He dies? Yeah. Right?
Her natural dad?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry guys, can you guys say your names like when you first speak,
yeah.
just so that we're not like you.
Okay. I'm Dominique, and she's also really poor. Her family's really poor, so she, at first her mom didn't want her to drop out of school. She wanted her to stay in school and like get an education and stuff. But by doing that, she can't go and work in the city like some of the other kids do, and that's how like their families make money. So her family can't make money that way originally, but then times get really hard after like I think the monsoon, I think. So she then has to leave school and go into the city. Well, like that's what she thinks she's going to do, and yeah, like that's where like we are.
Does anybody else have anything to add? Maybe on this side?
I got some candy.
Oh,
Get some candy.
I got some
So entice participation. I'll just like throw them together.
Oh, you all chocolate.
I don't eat chocolate.
Go ahead, in the back.
My name's Kenny.
Okay.
The reason they're poor is her stepfather, he has a limp arm, so he broke his arm when he was young, so he can't use it anymore. He goes and just goes to a tea shop all day and gambles away their pretty much all their money.
So he's spending their money on like not on household things. Okay. Oh wait, let's go over here real quick.
Originally, the way like my name's Harley.
Okay.
Originally, the way she would make money was by growing plants out front of her house, but then they got damaged or something.
The monsoon, I think.
Yeah.
So she didn't end up anymore.
Sebastian. And they have like a little brother who's like maybe like I don't know, a year old, and they're trying to like keep him alive so that he can bring money to the family.
Okay. And how would he bring money to the family?
Because he's a man, and men are valued over women in that society.
Men are valued over women.
Where is this? Where is this setting?
Nepal.
Nepal.
I don't know what.
No,
It's just north of India. I don't think they tell us the town. Oh yeah, they
It's
do.
like
It
right-
does say
it's right
it's
next
in
to
Nepal, and then they
Yeah,
but I just don't know the name of the town. I think they give it to us though.
Yeah, I think they treat the women bad because like he wants like to sell his daughter to like be married with another man. And I think the only reason why they have a step
Stepdad?
Yeah, because they just don't want a man to like make it so they got some man.
Even though he gambles all day.
Yeah.
So
And your name
basically
was?
they're just having
Michael
him.
Gilchrist.
Michael. They're
He's
having
one.
his stepfather.
Oh, he's on there.
The first person I ever said. That is funny.
Gilchrist. She must watch sports.
Also,
I didn't hear the last part, I just heard Michael. I was like, okay.
I think the stepfather is very selfish because he like treats the woman equally and tells her what she has to do and when it has to be done. She listens to him.
So she just keeps him there because it's the norm, basically, to have a man in the house. And in Lauren, and like when I think her stepfather sells her or whatever to the what work she was going to do, because I think, like, does it ever tell you if he knew that she was going, like, in the city to be, like, a prostitute? Or if he
I
thought that
think
they were
there's like
going
a
to be
little
a maid?
hint whenever they're bargaining, and then Auntie says she doesn't have any hips.
Oh, okay.
I think that maybe like if he would have really been paying attention, he would have known what that meant.
Right.
Yeah, but it's not really clear either. So
I think he did. I think he did know because, like Logically said, like she wouldn't have, like if she was going to work in the city as a maid, like she thought she was going to, then he wouldn't have gotten paid up front. Like they wouldn't have given him $400, whatever, because the work hadn't been done yet.
The way I
So Dominic, you think like they knew?
I think he
He
knew.
knew?
Like I don't think he told the mom, but I think he.
But you have to hold it.
I feel like if he gambles, he's selfish. Just his personality characteristics of the stepfather tell me that he's not at all interested in his daughter's future or even cares about how she makes money. He just wants the money. So just that selfishness, I think, would lead him to just give his daughter up for anything. Which is not.
Okay, one last comment? No?
This side
Gave up?
I guess you know, like the dad is like always like drunk and stuff, and he gambling away all the money and everything.
Well, at the beginning of, my name's Hannah. At the beginning of
Pam?
Hannah.
Sorry, I can hear you.
Hannah. And like, yeah, I was gonna say to what someone said about because it's the norm because her mom was telling her at the beginning of the book about how the girl has to wash the man's feet and she has to eat whatever all the scraps is left or whatever. So it's, I guess she's definitely.
Yeah. So the mom knows she deserves better, but.
Okay, so we're gonna have you guys writing your journals. There's 4 questions up. You can choose one. You can choose 2. You can answer all of them if you want. We're gonna give you a couple minutes. There's, as a sex slave, would you want to rebel? If so, how would you do so?
Can boys be sex slaves?
I'm sorry?
yeah, it's not as common, but yeah. As I told you would happen. Or it wasn't you.
I would work.
No.
Oh, our
It's your
men.
thoughts. That's good.
Yeah, men do get.
Into writing.
And then, what do you think? What do you think it would be like to be Lakshmi? What do you predict her life will be like as a sex slave? What do you think you would? How do you think you would be feeling on a daily basis as a sex slave as well? So we'll give you a couple minutes to do that. Hitler's birthday.
What the? Oh, I had to think about what I was about to say. And I almost came out.
It's Hitler's birthday for real.
Hitler.
Oh my gosh.
Don't say who it is. Because that's who I walk out of me.
What is he?
I'm gonna leave.
Found in America.
You got
Dude, I'm
freaking get the heck out.
Whoa, hey, Josh.
You ain't never.
Okay, focus please.
Josh. Josh.
She said he built the Titanic.
Okay, let's
Favorite day?
Who said that?
Titanic, no wonder it crashed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously.
He actually did.
Explains a lot.
I was kidding.
Okay, Mom, we're not talking any longer. You're funny, I love you, but please do the warm up. Stefan.
On.
Enoch.
Yeah, Miss Chevalier.
Yes,
Does she
nice.
get like shipped to the US or does she stay in Ohio?
She doesn't get short. I'm not going to give away the end or anything. Read the book, Max. She does not get shipped to the U.S.
Was there something you wanted to say?
She's getting giggled out.
Okay, so I saw a lot of books to those. Let's open them back up, and I want to hear your thoughts. Oh yeah. How about you go into your groups and share thoughts, and then we'll share them out loud. So just share what
The last things that your group. Your
Throw it back, pull out the Lambo.
Okay, what did you do?
And then I'll run away. Come back to the first thing.
Okay. Did you guys have similar answers?
No, look, easy notes.
First of all, I'm not gonna do this. And I said,
I think I would at first I'd be but then I realized like I don't know why like about to make
You're stealing the guns.
I'll just be sad.
I'll use my hands. I'll kill them all. I like pop,
Yeah.
the only time I do that is
I'll be nobody today.
or like any kind of
kill everyone.
holiday, sure you did about what?
When I was younger, Mom, no, it was.
So you would act violent.
My cousin.
I would kill everyone with my bare hands. And blow the building up and then like leave in a car.
In the little slippers.
I would do that.
Guess they got
I had another. I really like
nursing hat.
Because you know she's a nurse practitioner. Or a nurse.
Even though they're all white men. How can you feel sick? You're living in a house.
I told Mom, I said, Shell, please.
They're paying all that.
What parts are we supposed to read?
She's like wondering what's gonna happen to her. She just got to the city.
I didn't answer that. What?
I probably remember names.
Answer it in one word. It would suck. What if you forget what I did?
You guys can maybe, now that Riley's here, maybe divide up the groups a little bit differently. Yeah. Be an extra person. It's up to you. It's up to you. Yeah, but that seems like a lot. Yeah. You could do like groups of 3. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we
What Max you?
Like one group of 4.
I'm gonna start already Max.
Over here.
We should have group competitions.
So in here, 3 and then these 3. These 3. No, they're fine. They can pick 4. Just have 3 and then 3.
They split us up.
Right here.
I can't sound you, Mark. They said I can't sound you. They said I can't sound you. I
Transfer?
Like they'll get you
Hey, you be like, hey, you be like, hey, you be like,
Michael won't be translated. Yeah, you're right. I got,
Okay, guys. Let's settle down. We're gonna have like a group discussion. I want you guys to choose like one person to kind of give a synopsis of what everyone said in your group, like a summary. So yeah, just choose a group leader to kind of give a summary of what. Guys.
So one thing I have to do is I have to like wait till everybody stops talking. And sometimes it feels really awkward because you're just standing there waiting. But if you wait, everybody will get quiet. Okay. It's kind of annoying. Just a little tip.
Okay.
So how about let's start off on this side since they have talked yet.
Okay, so the first group, if you want to choose someone to kind of give a summary of what was spoken about.
email.
Go ahead.
Which question are we answering?
Any of them. Like,
Okay, so
Just what your
most of us answered the first one.
I was like saying what, which you want to rebut. Okay, so what did you guys say?
Most of us said yes, I did.
You said you wouldn't want to?
I said I wouldn't want to because, in my opinion, it, like when I think of rebel, I think of trying to get out and leave. Like, it would seem to me that the risks would outweigh the possible benefits
Yeah.
of trying to get out.
Yeah. Especially in India.
Yeah.
Because there's not much support for women elsewhere.
So you're saying you would stay?
Well, I'd probably eventually just try, but it'd take, at least for me, it'd be a long process.
Okay, what about your group here?
Some of us said that we would blow. Some of us said that they would blow the place up with some kind of explosive they just happened to find. Some of us said that they would leave and then come back with explosives.
I like
explosives. I said that
I'd like
I would just go against what they said, and then I would pay attention to what they had to say. Then I would like blow them, essentially, and hopefully not make me do it.
Well, yeah, well, I would try to like make a shake, and then like I'll shake people up.
Shank people up. Wait, what is that word? I don't know.
It's like ingesting like metal, like stabbing, like knife.
Oh my gosh. There's a lot of violence.
They just sharpen, go around sharpening
What?
stuff.
Okay, what else?
Okay, guys.
Oh, on like all of them.
Just what everyone needs access to.
What about the last one? Like I think you'd be like hoarding and like school, like all like everyone like raping you and all that. I think it will like pretty much suck because like you're getting pretty much pulled away from getting people like contacting you without any pay or anything. And then like you probably don't get fed that well. And you probably will get like this like diseases and all that. And maybe like
Yeah, so the living conditions look very dreary.
Yeah.
So there's little food, little.
Oh no, I can see that.
I mean, you made a
little
good point. They
respect.
could always take away, like if you try to rebel, they can always take away the little things that they are giving you.
yeah.
Okay.
Your hand was up.
This side.
Change your mind.
With hands.
Leader.
I'm not the leader, but
Well, they also said that they would try to rebel by running away, not doing the job.
Wait, running away or what else?
not doing a good job.
Oh, okay.
And I said that they would feel unwanted.
And this last group?
they weren't talking about group. I was in this group. But I mean, what I said was that I would be like upset at first, or I'd be like really mad, and but then or confused, and then as time went on, I just like wouldn't feel anything, and I'd be like numb to it, just like I would just be sad all the time.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
So yeah, us as humans have this defensive mechanism where, you know, if bad things keep happening, it's like you just shut off, kind of, so you become numb. So those are good thoughts of putting yourself in someone else's situation, which is always good to empathize with people who are going through this. So that was great discussion. Now, what else?
Okay, so we're going to show you some videos on like sex slaves and like sex trafficking.
Like Taken, that movie?
I'm sorry?
Oh, that's
Yeah,
the
kind of
wrong
like Taken, but a little more documentary.
That's a
type.
wrong movie.
And I mean, like,
Hey,
So,
Wait, how long ago was that?
I was like 22.
Okay, but that don't tell me how long ago it was.
Oh. 6 years.
6 years.
Yeah, old dad.
Oh, you only 28?
That actually.
Stop it. I thought you about 16. You might as well stop over.
you learn.
Okay, guys, the first video we're going to show you is a video from National Geographic. It shows the place.
My grandma said you wrong.
Okay, so it's going to be, it's about a sex slave in Bangladesh and like their everyday life, what they go through. You're going to get a little more insight on that. So if I can get someone to get the backlight.
Just a light.
Did mute get pushed?
Yeah.
When Maya was 10 years old, an aunt took her to Delatia and sold her to the highest bidder.
I remember going to a house and was given food. They mixed some drug into the rice and I fell asleep. When I woke the next morning, my aunt was gone. I started to cry and asked, "Where is my aunt?" But they told me I had to stay. I was sold to them. They had paid for me, and now I belong to them.
Maya was sold to a woman called Rashida, a former prostitute turned madam.
I run a prostitution business. I am a house owner. This place belongs to me, and I have some girls here that work in my business.
Maya was forced to start selling herself when she was just 13 years old.
I didn't want to be a prostitute, but Madame said to me, "I have spent $5,000 buying you and feeding you. You are my investment. You must pay me back."
By the time she paid off the original investment, plus a certain profit for the madam, Maya was 18, the legal age for prostitution. Yet she'd been selling sex since she was barely a teenager. Maya's case is depressingly common. Child prostitution is widespread in Delatia.
A large number of girls would be under 18. In 2003, an NGO did a survey on Dolatia, and they said that they counted up to 600 girls under the age of 18, and they thought that a large section of them were already in prostitution.
The buying and selling of people for sex is known as trafficking. It's a worldwide problem and rife in the brothels of Bangladesh.
1/3 of the women entered as children, sold in, or kidnapped and sold in, so they have no choice whatsoever to be in those brothels.
For Maya, starting work as a young prostitute was a harrowing experience.
When I first started taking customers, I would beg them, please, I can't go with you because I'm frightened. But they would say, I have already paid for you, I cannot waste my money. Sometimes they would beat me and rape me, but that's the life of a champion.
Violence is an occupational hazard in Developmental. Sexually transmitted diseases go with the territory. A survey taken in 2002 found the rate of syphilis in Bangladeshi brothels to be as high as 40%. Many clients refuse to wear condoms.
A sex worker is in no position to negotiate with a child. You cannot say that I won't have sex with you unless you use a condom.
For sex workers, condoms mean the difference between life and death. For Maya and the Galati prostitutes, it's a struggle for their very lives.
Okay, some people like. And we're going to discuss how her situation is similar to Lakshmi's. If anybody wants to start off.
Like how Anne left, or with that, not really what Anne left, but in the book with Anne left.
A family member had sold them.
They're the same age.
They're both young.
Yeah, so they're really young.
Until 18.
Hey, this was the story.
Okay, Sebastian.
They're both being forced to be sex slaves.
Okay.
Okay. So both families just sold them into sex slaves, and they're both going through very unfavorable conditions. Similar. Bangladesh and Nepal, both very similar.
Anything else you guys want to add?
So now, how do you think this video being displayed, on a very common, website, and it's something like you said, we love National Geographic. It's a store. It's worldwide. Anyone can view this website. How do you think technology can help these girls' situations a little bit?
Spread their stories around. People can donate money to organizations and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Money and fundraising and getting those types of supports can help these girls. Anything else?
Everything in Montana that you see.
It makes it a worldwide issue, basically. Because, it's happening in India and Bangladesh, which are countries that are very far from us, but we can just, go on this website and see what's going on. If we didn't have videos and technology to show us this, it would be very hard to possibly, imagine and see how these situations are occurring.
How do you guys think it relates to the passages you wrote in your journals?
Go ahead, Tony. She felt similar to how some of us said that we would have felt if we were in the same situation.
Yeah.
Helpless?
Yeah, she felt helpless, and she was scared and sad, and she didn't want to be there, obviously.
Yeah, she felt very scared.
I think that a lot of them felt rebel because nothing if they felt they won't have any money, or they maybe get killed and stopped them.
Yeah.
Did any of you guys have any thoughts? She said that she was 18. She was at legal age for prostitution. Do you have any thoughts of why she didn't leave once she was 18? Go ahead.
She probably got used to it.
She probably got used to it.
You don't think
She dated me since she was little, so she probably just was comfortable parties.
It was a way of life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I think that's impossible. Who would be she's like sick. You can't. That's impossible.
I think because she was there at a very young age, she probably lost, her hopes and dreams, and maybe she did have confidence and self-esteem when she initially was younger, but then after such maltreatment of guy after guy, she probably felt helpless, and maybe that could be an option.
And in that society too, like she's damaged goods, like she's never gonna be anything more than that. Like she can't go back to her family because that's a disgrace. So until that view is changed, she really has nowhere to go except back from.
Yeah.
And I think one of the reasons that they take them off they take them from their family so young is, they stay in their brothels after they're 18.
I think they have a choice after they're 18.
If they pay off their debt.
If they stay in prostitution, do they stay in that brothel?
They can. They pretty much just pay off their debt and then they have a choice.
I think it's kind of a business technique in a way, because you're starting them early and they get desensitized to it. And so by the time they're 18, they're used to it. And so it's no big deal.
Kind of like what you were saying. Right?
So they say, well, I can make money this way and it's not that big of a deal anymore. So I'll stay. And the money goes partially to the owner of the farm. So
they probably steal most of their money so that they're stuck there for as long as they can have, keep them. They probably get paid nothing, or they eventually, whatever they make gets, I don't know, probably stolen or something. So, the business is, as we've discussed, just very, very cool. Human cruelty, and
how do you think they're different? We talked a lot about how both Lakshmi and the girl in the video kind of feel helpless. They're both sold at a very young age. How do you think they're different, if they're different at all? Go ahead, Mark.
Well, I think that if Lakshmi had a choice, it seemed like this girl was staying in the business just because it's just what she could do then.
Like it was her employment.
Yeah. And I think that Lakshmi, if she had a choice, she would try to get back home just to see what was even waiting for her at home. I just think that seems like a lot shopping.
What in the book leads you to think that? Like as far as you've come?
Well, I've kind of read farther, but her personality just seems like she's kind of a fighter. She kind of realizes that this is wrong. It's not something that she wants to have her life just be.
Okay.
Also is, just completely forgot what I was saying.
It's okay. If it comes back to you, let us know. Dominique?
And what Lauren was saying, how she would have tried to leave. I think she would have because right before she left, all she really had was her mom and the promise to marry this boy that was there. So I think that if that's all she knew before she left, that if she got the chance to leave, that's what she would have wanted to do, is go back and be with her mom and help her mom and then marry her.
Okay. Now, how do you think, if she goes back, like you said, that this girl chose to stay, and you think Lakshmi would leave, if she goes back, how do you think it's going to be with her father? Do you think she's going to hold resentment towards him, or stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
I feel like he's gonna hold resentment to her because she did that. I don't know if she'll.
So you think he'll be more angry at her than she would?
I feel like she's too much of a nice person to hold resentment for something. Maybe for a little while she will, but I feel like she'll get over it after a while. She won't. Yeah, because that will probably stay angry because he's selfish. Didn't care as long.
Did you want to add anything? Alright, so we're going to have
Yeah, we can watch this one. Or season 1.
Okay, Okay, we're going to show you some website examples. We'll start with one. No, back up. Sorry. We're going to show y'all after you get back from our vlog. Okay, so our first website example, like you said, you know, technology is about, it'll promote the cause. It's, you know, it's going to promote the cause. People are able to donate, as you can see here. And it's going to spread a lot of like knowledge on the cause. So this first one is called War Child, and I'm just going to scroll down, and then if you guys want to go ahead and interject what you think is good about this website and what you think is bad, and how you think it correlates with the sex trafficking. Okay, and how would you be able to kind of tell if it's not? Like if you made a website, how would you ensure that people are like, okay, I'm definitely giving this money to a good cause? If you're making your own website.
I would have like an about us section where they can read like, exactly where this is going, what part of the world, what organization is going through.
Okay, so like here?
Yeah. Or you know, I would look for it if it's there. I would make it
It'd probably be helpful to show some stats, like this amount of money went to this exact place and did this for the community and the people, or say like 100% of our funds are directly funded for this cause. Because a lot of these, well, I mean, I don't know if you've heard of the invisible children. I'm sure it's the same situation with the war child and soldiers, you know, little kids being forced to become soldiers, and also the girls to become sex slaves. And so their website is like, yeah, they're helping you know, get money for the cause, but then they also need funds for their campaign. So it's like 30% goes for the cause, but then 30% goes for making their websites and funding their trips. So it kind of discourages some people to give because it's like, oh, only 30% is really going for the people. But if you think about it, I mean, all in all, they are working for getting this word out, and they've done a pretty good job of just, you know, advertising, and everyone's pretty much heard about it. But otherwise, if they hadn't gone to Africa and hadn't done these trips, then many people would have been left out, and the government or people wouldn't really have gotten involved. So, but yeah, it's nice to have stats.
Anything else you see on this website that you like?
So right there's stats.
The stats. What kind of stats would you include if you had a website?
Like what they have up there. I mean, personally, if you're trying to convince someone to donate to a website, you're not going to necessarily want to show the lower stats. You're not going to show the higher
stats.
Because then they'll think, oh, this is good. I mean, that can work opposite. It can be used for bad purposes.
So after you have stats and stuff, what else would you include?
I do kind of what they did with the news feed.
Okay, so current issues. You can tell that this website is updated, so it's valid, and it's people who are actually researching the topic, the issue, and so that's always good to provide news and information.
What kind of other media would you guys include? Like you see here, they have like a Facebook. Do you guys have any other ideas of what other social media you could include on the website? Twitter. Twitter? That's a good one. A YouTube channel, that's really good as well. Anything else? A Tumblr?
Blogs are effective.
Blogster.
Okay, so after... Okay, so after you guys come back from lunch, we're going to go ahead and go over 2 more websites, and then we're going to go over another video. Alright?
Nice job, guys. Let's do it more after lunch, please.
Thank you.
I might leave after lunch.
Okay, no, you're fine.
Kenny.
I'm ready to go. I ain't called my grandma.